We all know the fabulous writer Joanne Kathleen Rowling. She's also known as J.K. Rowling. One of her most beloved series is Harry Potter, about an English boy with no parents finds out that he's a wizard, goes to a magical school and forms many friends and enemies, finds great danger and seeks fairness in everything. Harry Potter is loved by people all over, but do any of us know how he truly came to be? According to the article My Story JKR, the idea of the great wizard Harry Potter was formed back in 1990. Rowling was on a delayed train at about 25 years of age. She was going back home from Massachusetts when, pop! Suddenly, just like that, J.K. Rowling herself got the idea of a wizarding boy who went to a magical school for kids that can do magic, like him. The idea wasn't very clear, but you can't deny it wasn't an idea. It was that one day when she didn't have a pen with her, so she had to rely on imaging the events, and most of them actually ended up becoming parts of the series, which can be astonishing. J.K. Rowling acknowledges that it took about 5 years just to write the first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone as it's referred to in America. However, during that time, many things were going on in Rowling's life. Her mother died, and she moved to Portugal to teach English, got married, and had her first child, a young lady named Jessica. The marriage was a failure, so she moved with a few chapters of Harry Potter and Jessica to Scotland instead. She became a French teacher and spent her free time working on Harry Potter. When she finished the story, she sent just the first few chapters to multiple literary agents, and one of them sent back to her they wanted the rest of the book. She reveals that it was the best letter she had ever received. The agent, Christopher Little, took about a year to find a publisher for the story. Many of the publishers replied with a no, but finally, after publisher and publisher, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published in 1997 by Bloomsbury. Of course, it was under the name of Rowling, but surprisingly, the publisher advised using K for Kathleen to make the story appeal more to boys. A year later, it was published in the US, but the publisher requested once more to make the title Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Books had taken a huge turn in J.K. Rowling's life, and they had changed it forever. J.K. Rowling continued to write books and made Harry Potter a 7-book series. It succeeded so much that Rowling was now being asked to make it into a movie. It was very surprising for many people that the books that were rejected by so many are now becoming a movie. Oh, and not just one movie. The whole series is now in movie form and available for anyone to watch it. The fabulous wizarding world from Harry Potter is now huge and very popular. It has its own land in Universal, many Lego products, and countless merchandise. I'm pretty confident when I say that we can all agree that J.K. Rowling has made a huge path for herself when she thought of the boy who lived on the train home. So now that we know about how J.K. Rowling got the idea of Harry Potter, let us interview a Harry Potter fan to see what they think about how this incredible author wrote Harry Potter. So you are a Harry Potter fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been reading the books for quite some time now.
Do you think that many of the fans who claim to enjoy the Harry Potter series actually know how his idea came to be?
No, I think they kind of just read the books and take what the words kind of for granted almost. They don't really know where it originated or how the idea came.
Do you think that J.K. Rowling is a hard-working author?
Yeah, I think she works really hard on her books. I mean, there is like 8 books now, so.
Did you know that J.K. Rowling is the highest paid author?
No, I didn't know that actually. But I guess that kind of makes sense because those books are pretty popular, if I'd say so myself.
Did J.K. Rowling take a long time to write the first book, a short time, or what?
I think she probably took quite a long time because it takes a pretty long time to write a book.
Many people say that the first book doesn't have as many pages as the others, so she took quite a long time. Do you agree with this thought?
I know that the book has a little less pages than the rest of them, but I think that's fine because she's just introducing the characters and the plot, so I don't think you're going to fit all that much in one particular book. So I think that it's completely fine that the first book's a little short.
People say that J.K. Rowling included herself in the series by using Hermione's personality. Do you think that authors ought to use themselves in their books?
I think this is a really amusing thought. I think that that's really creative. And using her as a character, I really think that that is a good plan.
Many publishers rejected the series at first. Do you have any idea why they might have done that?
I have absolutely no clue. To think that the world's most popular book series was rejected an absolute ton of times, that is just baffling to me.
People say that they thought kids wouldn't be interested in a world that they knew would never, ever, ever be true. What are your thoughts about this?
I myself am a huge fan of worlds that are considered fantasy, so I'm kind of confused on why they thought that children wouldn't like that, because I love that myself.
Do you know who J.K. Rowling's ex-husband is?
Absolutely no clue. I just read the books and enjoy the ride.
Do you think she might have used him in her books in a secret way?
Now that I think about it, maybe she used him as like a professor that was in the book that possibly acted weird. I'm not sure.
In my opinion, I think she used him with Ron, since Ron is kind of stubborn and leaves the trio multiple times throughout the series. Do you agree with this thought?
I think that's a pretty good thought. That would make a little bit of sense considering it would be an X. So that would make sense. I think I do agree.
Did you know that J.K. Rowling got the idea of Harry Potter on a train from King's Cross Station?
No, I found that really cool. I wonder if she found the idea just from, in the beginning they ran through the wall in the train station. So I wonder if she was just bored and looking out the window being like, ooh, I wonder if a wizard can go through the wall.
Do you think this is why she used King's Cross in her book so much, to kind of congratulate it because it gave her the idea as well?
Yeah, I think that would make sense, being that that's the idea it originated from.
A random fact is that in King's Cross, between platform 9 and 10, they actually have a sign saying platform 9 3/4.
I find that really cool because if you don't read Harry Potter, they originally go to Harry Potter on platform 9 3/4. So I find that very amusing.
Many people died throughout the series, and J.K. Rowling was diagnosed with some depression. Do you think that this has a connection?
Maybe. A lot of authors are very connected with their characters. They feel as though they actually know them. So I don't think I'd be surprised if that was a cause of that.
Do you think that there's a connection between why so many people who loved and acted like a parent to Harry Potter died, and that Rowling's mother died?
I think maybe Rowling connected her own feelings of what she thought was happening in her book to some other characters so other people could feel how she was feeling.
I think this theory connects to the theory that Hermione is basically J.K. Rowling used in the series.
Yeah, that would make sense to our earlier question, considering Hermione was basically a representation of Rowling. That makes sense, yes.
Thank you so much for being in this interview.